Welcome to Community News. I'm John Martin.
And this is Gloria Howard.
All right, we have a great show here for you tonight. We have a special guest in the house tonight, Mr.
Comer Henry with Twin Cities Recovery Project.
That's right. We got him in the house, and we're going to talk to him about things in the community. What do he do? Well, we got a quick announcements we want to run through, and Gloria going to run some announcements down to you. And first of all, if you're looking for a good daycare that's in North Minneapolis, recommend Shiloh Temple Daycare. Give them a call at 612 1 God. That's 612-302-1 God. And if you looking for a daycare facility for your kids, just go right ahead and just give them a call. And also, they is having a turkey giveaway at Shiloh Temple International Ministry at 1201 West Broadway, starting the 17th of this month, the 17th. So stop by there and get you a Thanksgiving basket and a Thanksgiving turkey and everything. And what else going on, Gloria?
Well, we're still getting calls and questions regarding our first guest, which was Mrs. Margaret Brooks from Brooks Funeral Home.
That's right.
She blessed us with just a wealth of knowledge about what we can do as a community of people of color, what we can do to prepare ourselves for our loved ones. If you have questions, you're looking for a place or someone to talk to on how to make those arrangements, she can recommend insurance for you. Her number is 651-228-1935. And again, that is Brooks Funeral Home, St. Paul, one of the two African-American run, owned, and led funeral homes in the state. And they were the first.
That's right. And I'd like to congratulate all the ones. I'd like to congratulate the mayor of Minneapolis, Mayor Jacob Fryer, on his reelection. Also want to congratulate Lakeisha from the 4th Ward, which won that seat. And would also like to thank Michael Rainville that won his seat in the 3rd Ward, and like to thank all the candidates that actually won, and the ones that didn't run. Thank you so much for running, and just try again. The people have actually spoken, and it's time for a change in our community.
Yes.
And change is coming. So therefore, we just got to stay focused and stay visual. And also, we have a coat giveaway. Me and Gloria put together that we teamed up. Me and her kind of teamed up, and we asking for 500 coats. So I need y'all to help me on my part, to help me collect my 250 coats so I can outdo Gloria.
And please, I'm asking for help because I don't want to have to buy 250 coats.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
But it's a winter drive.
Yes, it is.
We're looking for coats, but also if you have scarves, hats, gloves, any of those things, we're more than happy to take them. We want to give them out to those who are in need, just to ease the burden a little bit, giving them with love and warmth, so that they know that they're not out here alone. We are actually collecting them. The drop-off location is Shiloh Temple at 1201 West Broadway here in Minneapolis through November 30th. Okay. Right. You can also give us a call if you have questions regarding the coat drive at 612-470-4978 or 763-614-0414. And we have an email address as well.
Okay.
communitynews.mn@gmail.com. Again, that's communitynews.mn@gmail.com.
All right. We hope all of you all out there that can support us in doing this. We want to be able to give one of the coats out to the people that is in our community and everyone in the broader community too. And the purpose of our show is, and Gloria going to explain the broader community. I like when she says this. So we're going to tell you our mission and what's our show all about for the ones that's just tuning in to our show and don't pretty much know about community news. Gloria, give them an overview of our show.
Right. Well, community news came about John and I were discussing different things going on in the community, and the opportunity arose where we had a chance to be able to have our voices heard. And we're both advocates in the community. John is a long time resident and advocate of North Minneapolis and Minneapolis in general, but especially the North Minneapolis area. And I am also an advocate connected to the North Minneapolis area. Actually, from the time I stepped foot in Minneapolis, to be honest. And it's in our hearts. It's a labor of love. This show, Community News You Can Use, is a labor of love. We want to make sure that you, our community family, the BIPOC community, is well informed. We provide the resources if you don't know where to get them. We bring entrepreneurs, organizations, and other information right to you. You're on Facebook and social media. We want to be there with you. So we have these individuals that come to the show, talk about what they're doing, how they serve you, how they serve the community, what they can do and provide, and how you can reach out and grab a hold and connect with them. So basically, that's what we're here for. We are your news, okay? It's for you, about you, and it's from us to you with love.
That's right. So if you have a idea and have a organization and you would like to come on our show and get it out up on the community, you can actually do something. Well, we ain't gonna waste no time. We have a guest in the house. I've been knowing this guy for going on 2018, about 4 years now, and he has a passion for the community. And when I first met him, I was a Trump fan. And when I first met him, yes, I was. So therefore, I was always telling him all the time.
Look, hiss.
And before I introduced him, he was always tell me. He said, "Oh man, something wrong with you, man. Something wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? The man ain't gonna win." You know what I'm saying? But when it happened, it happened. You know, so when it happened, it happened. So, I no further ado. I'm going to have Gloria to introduce our guest, and we're going to give him a big round of applause for being here. I called him, asked him to come on the show to talk about Twin Cities recovery, and many of y'all don't know what Twin City recovery is, and many of you guys do, and you may pass by over South or North Minneapolis. You may see that sign, but he's going to tell you more about it, what they do, and what they offer to the community. Gloria.
That's right. Tonight we have Mr. Comer here, and actually I did not know when John called and said he was coming on the show, and he says Twin Cities Recovery Project. I'm thinking, well, okay, I think I know that organization, and actually I do. I give a big shout out to them, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart, because as I was working with 21 Days of Peace, and I was shot. Many of you know, and those of you who don't, yes, I was in June. And when that happened, Twin Cities Recovery Project and their leader, Mark,
all right,
they gave me a certificate of honor for my work out there, along with a little gift. And I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.
Okay.
So now I have the opportunity to welcome Twin Cities Recovery Project, Mr. Comer. He's going to talk about what they do, how they serve the community, and I believe both North and South.
Yes, right.
Okay. And he's going to give us background on himself. Okay, so you got a professional who's going to talk to you about what it takes.
Okay, here comes the applause. Okay.
All right. Welcome.
Oh, yes. All right. It's all yours, Mr.
It's all yours.
Okay, good evening, Minneapolis community, particularly the North Side. I want to thank Brother John,
All right.
Sister Gloria, for having me here tonight. This is nice, man. I appreciate it. I tuned in a couple of times, and I was definitely pleased with what I seen and what I heard. I'm definitely a community advocate. Just transitioned to Twin Cities Recovery Project. I was formerly at another organization for 5 years and a half years doing chemical dependency work. However, I like to say to God, my understanding, brought me home, right? So without, I'm just gonna give you a little history of me. I come from Dayton, Ohio. I came here for recovery, right? And I remember sitting in the treatment facility, and I said out my mouth into the group facilitator and the other residents that I would come back to this particular facility and be a counselor, right? See, I understand that the thought is the power, and the proper work behind the thought will make whatever we desire manifest, right?
Come on with it.
So I put the proper work in, right?
There you go.
I went to school. I came back to Turning Point and became a counselor, right?
All right.
So, and it worked out real good, right? So the recovery process for me is my life. And I come all the way back around to Twin Cities. I'm fairly new at Twin Cities Recovery Project, but it's home. In fact, me and the CEO, we grew up together, right?
Okay.
So, well, I'm gonna give you a little overview of the program. The Twin City Recovery Project is a recovery organization.
Okay.
We are not a treatment center. We are an organization of recovery that meets people right where they at.
Okay.
And when I say that, I mean no matter what you're going through, whatever type of problem that you think you might have, if you come to us and there's 99.9% chance you will get that help.
Okay.
We don't judge people. We got people that might be using. We don't turn our back on nobody, right? We follow a way of different pathways to recovery, right? And so what we offer is that pathway for that individual, meeting them right where they are. We are a team of individuals that love unconditionally. And when I say that, I mean despite whatever what you're going through, right? So I find myself there, and I just want to go back because the idea that Twin Cities Recovery operate under, which is unconditional love, is the same way I operated at this other facility. And the group that I ran was the Psych College of Incarceration Circle of Courage.
Okay.
The group was not typical. It was atypical. When I say that, I mean that the typical response when you come into a treatment center, they look at you and they put you all in the same category, right? You're automatically an addict, and they have a tendency to do a lot of clinical stuff out of books that don't particularly work for the African American community. And so the Circle of Courage, it was the basic dynamic of the group was the choice, right? I was the facilitator, but everybody was family. First time you was a visitor, second day you come, we become family, and so that's how we operated, right? And what makes it extraordinary and not ordinary is that it's that choice. You didn't have a counselor telling you what you need to do to get your life together. We all painted the picture, and if you made a choice to change your life, then you thank the God of your understanding in the Circle of Courage, right? So that's what I'm bringing to the table, and why I say that it works hand in hand with this particular organization that I'm with, which is Twin Cities Recovery Project, is that this is the same dynamic we use.
Okay.
We're not trying to tell anybody what to do. We're going to meet you right where you are, right? You come in, you got a problem, we are resource brokers.
Okay.
And what that means is that we gather all the resources in the community, right? And you make your own plan.
To try to get them back on the right track.
And get them,
Okay.
back. So we're talking about the recovery process, but we're not saying how you should recover, right? That's your choice, because we're dealing with different pathways of recovery. And in particular, an example is somebody choosing a pathway of recovery. If I'm on methadone, Suboxones, promorphine, and I'm not going into the community causing chaos in the community any longer, I'm taking my medication, which is called medication assisted treatment, then who's to say that this person is not recovering? Just because he's still taking the medication, it's called harm reduction too, right? So what happens is a lot of people will label or stigmatize them, right? Saying, well, they're not clean, and they still taking drugs, but that's their pathway to recovery, right? They're not robbing people anymore. They're not causing havoc in the community, so they're recovering, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of like a gradual step down to their full sobriety.
Yes, ma'am. That's eventually where we
Got
want
it.
to. We want,
Got
we
it.
pray for that, but that's their choice, right?
That's their choice.
So
Okay.
basically, that's what we do. We do outreach. We go through the community. This is a part of harm reduction too. We go to all the encampments in South Side, North Side, wherever they happen to be, and the harm reduction piece is coming in where we give them Narcan to change the effects of an overdose.
Oh, okay.
We offer them clean needles, right? Because the harm, the reduction of harm to this do that it will limit the disease spread, right? Hepatitis and different types of disease,
Okay,
or using a dirty needle. So we offer them clean needles, right? And it's part of harm reduction. We advocate for housing. We run the Twin Cities training to become a peer recovery specialist. First, let me back up. What we do, we are peer recovery specialists, right? And our job is to assist the individual in any way that they seem pleased, right? Another thing we do is that we most definitely have training, right? After you take the training, you go to it's 46 hours of training. It's a week, Monday through Friday. You take the training, you're automatically a recovery coach. Then you have to go take a test to become certified. So we offer that training, and then as you wait to take your test, we have study groups, right? So the people that then already took the hours of training can come in and study for the test and go out and pass the test and become peer recovery specialists, right?
Oh, okay.
So basically, that's what we do. We just
Now some may say, Como, that by you giving the people's clean needles, are you supporting or condemning for what they are doing? Or can you explain, elaborate up on that?
Okay, so
someone
it's
may watching the show may say, well, you guys giving them clean needles, so y'all enabling them to continue doing what they're doing.
What we're doing is reducing harm.
Okay.
Like I said before, a dirty needle used over and over and over, it can spread AIDS, it can hepatitis, all type of disease.
Yes.
So to reduce that, we get clean needles, right? So we rather, because it's your path, right? We cutting down the harm, keeping the community safe.
Okay.
And that person has that choice. We offer all type of resources, right? So we're not out there just giving them needles. We're out there speaking to them, seeing their basic needs, and offering them a place of refuge, right? So if we come to you and we consistently come to you, we build a rapport with you. Then one day you might just knock on our door.
Right.
And we will be there to assist you,
Right.
despite whatever, right? So
but been doing this type of work. I say it right, Como.
Comer.
Comer. Yeah. Do you see is more drugs and mental illness is affecting our community? Is actually more since you've been out in the community and going out, seeing individuals and seeing different families. That's like a stone that's pretty much is tearing families pretty much apart.
It's hand in hand.
Yeah.
Mental illness, substance use, polysubstance is what it's called. The thing is, you can't treat one without the other. So simultaneously, both of these conditions have to be treated. My truth, right? I'm not saying anybody else's truth. My truth is, if you're using drugs, something mental's going on. Period, right? But they have diagnoses that they diagnose us with. So both areas has to be treated, right?
Right.
In order for a person to be successful, which is my experience, not personal experience, indirect experience from people who have polysubstance conditions, a mental illness and a substance abuse illness. So when they share with me their story, it becomes my indirect experience, right?
Right.
So I'm able to share about some things that happen in that area and how they heal. but I don't have the personal experience myself.
Right.
But I will say I was crazy too, right?
Yeah.
Because at one point,
Right,
I
right.
used substances, right?
Right.
So I'm not gonna take like I'm all this. I've been there too.
Right.
I just found a way out, right?
Right.
And
I just want to stop you real quick. For those who don't understand what polysubstance abuse is, or explain that for us. Break that down so they
Okay,
understand.
so it's
that.
like, I got a mental health illness, right? They
Yep.
might label me, I might be depressed. I might have anxiety, right? And to treat these conditions, there's medication, right? Okay, so more than often, a lot of people would rather use a street drug as opposed to using the pharmaceutical
Yes.
drugs because of a lot of side effects, right?
Yes.
So if I smoke marijuana for my anxiety as opposed to taking this pill and getting side effects, so they would rather, take the street
Yes.
drugs, right? And then so now you're all out of whack,
Right,
Because you got two conditions going on. You end up getting addicted to the substance, and then you got the mental illness, right?
Okay.
So that's a bad combination, right?
Yeah. When they are trying to legalize marijuana, and do it kind of make it harder for different. How should I put this? Is it making it kind of harder for people to do the type of work that you guys do? It's like if they let's say if I was in the state, I think like Arizona, Illinois, certain states got it illegal where you can smoke marijuana, and then I come to the state here to Minnesota, they say, well, I can't, and then people get your kids taken or you lose your job because of that. How do I won't say certain, but how can they deal with an issue like that?
Well, here's the deal. For me, it's no problem because my truth is, whatever a person's doing, right? We can be beaten on, we can be prayed over, they can throw holy water on us. We ain't gonna stop until we get ready.
Right.
So I'm not gonna try to enforce anything on anybody, and that's why I love Twin City Recovery Project, because we meet people right where
Right.
they
Where
are.
they
They are.
are. That's right.
Now, a lot of people that's clinical, all clinical, might not have the same love that I have for my people, but all people in general, but particularly us, the BIPOC community, they might not see it the way I see it because it's just not there, And what I mean by that, they going off of clinical stuff, right? Like, you need to
Right.
stop now.
Right.
So it's more like, I'm trying to tell you what to do as opposed to meeting you where you are,
Okay.
letting you figure it out. So, yeah, they will struggle with people, using medical marijuana, right, in a treatment facility. That's going to a treatment facility.
Right.
But like I said, it's different. The way I was taught by Dr. Robert Herman, who was a psychiatrist in Dayton, Ohio, taught me how to facilitate the psychology of incarceration, and the component of that is the circle of courage, right? So in this circle of courage, which I was explaining to Miss Gloria earlier, is not typical. In fact, it's not ordinary, it's extraordinary because it's empowering, right? And most of the clients, most of the clients I had, 90% of the clients that I was under my care were mandated to come to treatment. So they don't want to be there anyway.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
So you get to a group, which is the typical, you're going to really be mad because now you got some counselors telling you what to do, how high to jump, and when to jump, right? And then if you don't comply, they will get on the phone to make you comply, which they call leverage, is to call your PO or your CPS worker, right?
Oh, okay.
And then they would, you would conform because we have a tendency when the overseer get behind us, we get some act right? So now they don't want to be there. I can't build no rapport with them because you told me to come and now you trying to tell me what
Right.
to do. So now I'm sitting here double mad.
So they're not coming for recovery from their own. They just
Exactly.
coming because of the courts or the
Right.
paper
Exactly.
telling you they actually come. So they
Right.
go into the program pretty much is not getting nothing out of they help themselves, but they just going to, like you said, because they got an overseer or something like pretty much on.
And what the psychology of incarceration, which is a circle of courage, does is that, first of all, most of them come in thinking they don't have a problem.
Yep.
We would nip that in the bud. Because if you got somebody telling you that you need to come to treatment, that's a problem in and of itself.
That's
so
right.
we can start right there, right? So when they find out how the circle is ran, they start to open up. I build relationships with the community and people.
That's the key thing.
That's key.
Relationships.
Yep.
When you build a relationship with someone, I don't care what their issue is, I don't care what they're going through. When you build that relationship, you will see results because that relationship is empowering in itself because it is giving them something that they've been missing anyway.
Exactly.
And 9 times out of 10, especially in our community, that generally is what's happening. The poverty rates, single parent homes, sometimes the youth just raising themselves. And as they become adults, this is what you have. There's an emptiness. But if you can build those relationships, you have a better chance of empowering them so they make the choices.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So who's the person that runs this? I mean, who's the
The CEO is Mr. Mark Jonigan.
Okay, if our producers can go back to the screen and put Twin City back up,
Yes.
and go towards the I think the staff. I mean the team. Let's say,
Your team.
Yes,
the team.
the team.
Go to the team, and how long has this been? Right there. This is the
That's Mr. Mark Jonigan right there. That's my boss.
that's the guy that run Twin
City Recovery
Recovery.
Project.
How long has Twin City been around?
It's been around. I can't let me see. 2014, 15, 16. Like 6-7 years.
6-7 years. This
It
man is-
started as the social club.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Started as a social club where people in different forms of recovery could come and have a safe place to
Okay.
to socialize, play cards. You had live DJs, chess,
Okay.
and all these various things. And then he developed into the Twin Cities Recovery Project.
Okay.
Wow. That's wild. Yep.
Okay.
And so I see up on your website you have a different. You have anything? I think we spoken. You said you got something going on tomorrow. There.
Oh, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're having a meet and greet
A meet and
at,
greet.
at 1501 North Broadway. Right. That's
Okay.
right there across the street from that beauty shop, 1 block down from Popeyes.
Yes.
Okay.
We will have a
Right.
meet and greet, and what this will consist of is we're going to do some training. We're going to educate about some opioids, opioid abuse.
Oh, okay.
Some disparities with the different types of
Yes.
medication that they've
Yes.
to give us.
Yes.
After that, we'll have a open forum and everybody can discuss. And then we're gonna have food,
Okay.
right? And then we're gonna have some of our staff do elevator speeches and that's share their
Yes.
experience. And
Okay.
and then I'm going to introduce the Circle of Courage. Will be coming the following week.
Okay.
So we will have a group at the north side location, which is the Circle of Courage, and it's going to be dynamite, man. I can't wait, right?
Okay.
Because I know how empowering it is, and I've seen the results from 5.5
Right.
years while people walk in that door, don't want to be there, don't even have a clue what's going on, and and then the light come on, and then, they start to understand, because you're not just getting from me in the
That
circle, you're not
must-
just getting
wow.
nothing about no drugs, you're getting some education about
Right.
us.
That
as a
must be
people.
so.
Yeah.
That must just give you such a feel, almost like a euphoric feeling. And then when you see these people again later, that's awesome. That's what it's about.
Yeah, I got people from day one all the way up to now, which is 5 years and a half. I still communicate with. Some are still clean. The last one, I think is a female. She just celebrated 2 years clean.
Wow.
Okay.
She came in without a clue, right? No problem, right?
Yep.
And it's just the communication. What comes from the heart reaches the heart, right?
Yes.
So when you
Yes.
come to the Circle of Courage, you're not getting no script, right? You're getting us.
You get right.
You're getting us, right? Not just me, because us, right, is what counts.
Yes.
Now, I see you guys got programs. Because you go to the program, Mr. Producer, the type of programs that the Twin City Recovery Program have. Now, these are some pictures that you pretty much looking at. And Como he gonna as he goes slow down.
That's the social club.
Okay.
That's when it was a social. So every Friday, we have a place, which is the Twin City Recovery Project, where we have a social event.
Okay.
We got a live DJ. We have cards, dancing, serve food. All these things where people can come and be clean, sobriety, and it's clean fun.
And just know that life
Yeah.
can be
Stop.
fun.
Now, now tell us a little bit about the peer-to-peer recovery development academy.
Okay, that's what I was talking about. This is how you take the training, right, and you become a recovery coach automatically with the training.
Okay.
Now, to become a peer recovery specialist, you have to take a
A
test
test. Okay.
and get certified.
Okay.
Right. So that's what you're seeing right there. And then they have, different various types of certificates. You might get one in mental health, peer recovery mental health specialist.
Okay.
Right? So it's different categories of certificates you can get, but basically it's peer recovery specialist.
Okay.
We just like I said, we're resource brokers.
Okay.
We're gathering resources to help the community.
Okay. Now tell us about the second one, SUD, mental.
That's substance
health.
use disorder.
Okay, right there.
Okay. I was just going to ask what is SUD.
Okay. And I see you guys work with the Stair Step Foundation of helping them obtaining their GED.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, you hear that? So if you're out there and like like you said, if you're struggling, with addiction problems, and then you want to reach out for actually, help, or you may know someone like Mr. Como. Right?
Mr. Comer. Yes.
Karma. I'm gonna get it right. Mr. Karma was just elaborating on. If you know someone up in the family,
That's right.
you take that first step. And like he said, that they don't judge. They come in and they show you with respect and love, because another person can't help another person unless they've been walked through the same shoes that they actually walk through, or what that person is actually going through. And I tell you from by reading what I seen up on the internet about 2 weeks ago when I met Como, he told me about it. It's an excellent program, and I think all organizations and different faith leaders need to team up with them and get this on their church website, or just put them on that, so we can reach as many people that we can that tell them about this. That's what's going on in our community. A lot of people probably heard of Twin City Recovery, but since
Como.
I'm gonna get his name together. I keep calling him Como.
It's fine. Como.
Because Como came tonight and pretty much elaborated on it, on pretty much what's it about. Now, is it open for what ages? I mean, what ages are they open to?
18 and up.
18.
Okay, 18. Okay, 18 and up. You're 18 and up, and you want to come there looking for directions, and you want to get some help, because hey, we ain't perfect. We all got somebody in our family. You listen to this show now. We all got somebody in our family that's actually struggling with that. So don't be shocked and surprised saying, hey, we all got somebody
That's
in
right.
our family, or you may know friends, or of friends that may have someone that's actually struggling. Take down the information, and before the show is over with, come on, give you the information. If you want to reach out to them for help, everything they talk about is confidentiality information, so you don't have to feel like they talking about it. But the main purpose that he's here for tonight, we got him as a guest here, is is to bring this news.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah,
Bring
to
let you know. That's why we got community news. We want you to bring you the news. That's what's going on in the community, because I didn't know. I mean, I heard about Twin City Recovery, but I didn't know in depth what it's about.
Right.
Then I learned something tonight, and my co-host learned something tonight. So, Como, could you just give us a overview again for the people that just tuned into our show, or just start watching?
Thank you, Brother John. Again, I'm Comer. I'm a Twin City Recovery Specialist, peer recovery specialist manager, and what our program consists of is advocacy. We are advocating for the community, period. It don't have to be you wrapped up with drugs. If you have a problem in any area, we will assist you.
Okay.
Right? We're dealing with different pathways of recovery. We have a lot of resources. We're not treatment. We are a recovery community, right? And what we do is assist the community.
Okay.
You can't put it no other way. We have a team, man, that's phenomenal. I'm talking about that really love our people.
Okay.
in the community.
And you do. I can attest to that.
Yeah, he gonna show back up on the screen.
Yes,
The
I can
actually
attest to that.
the staff and team that they actually get too. And Gloria, I have a question for.
Yeah, I do. The event that's tomorrow.
Okay.
Is it for everyone or?
Everyone is welcome.
Okay. Now, cut y'all. Now, this is the staff. Now, this is the CEO, President CEO. Okay. Now, go up. Now, this young lady right here. I think the second one right there. Okay. Elaborate on her.
Miss Tate, she's been in community advocate for a while.
Okay.
She's the program director.
All right, and that's you.
Oh, that's me right
That's
there.
him right there. All right. And this young lady.
That's Yanova. Yanova has been there from the beginning. She's a recovery navigator right now.
Okay.
That's Jordan. He's a executive man. He's all the technical stuff, computers and stuff.
All right.
That's Carissa. She's program manager. She sets up all the events and do things of that nature. That's Cynthia. She's a peer recovery specialist. She has individuals, what we call them, that we deal with on a daily basis. We assist them in all areas. That's Chris. He's the outreach coordinator.
All right.
So he's head of the outreach. Anthony, he's the crisis counseling program. He's a peer recovery specialist now too because he just passed his test.
Congratulations,
Mr. Ferguson, Peter Ferguson just passed his test, so he's a peer recovery specialist too.
All right.
That's Miss Jackie Sims. She's a recovery navigator, and that's Abu. He's a recovery navigator.
Okay.
And that's the board of directors. I don't know.
Wow. Well,
Thank you.
Like you guys got a good team.
Yes, sir.
And I tell you, Twin City Recovery, y'all, this young man, represent this organization well tonight.
Yeah,
I must say, he took us through the website so we know who to speak with, and when we go there, you know them by name, and go to the website. Now, come on, if they need any type of somebody watching this show at night that want to get a hold, what number do they call? And tell them what number they can call and leave a voicemail or something like that. If they, they need to speak to someone tonight, or if someone watching this show is probably have someone in their family that's actually dealing with something right now, they probably want to get a hold to someone to set up something. So, and be able to help them. Good thing, any good thing. So you can go up on their website
and find everything because I'm fairly new to the organization. I don't know the number by heart.
Okay,
but I have a number. You can definitely call 612.
That's 612
207
8196. And also go on their website. They have a phone number and the address there.
Two locations.
Everything's there.
They got two locations.
Yes.
All right.
3400 South Minneapolis. 3400 South East Lake Street.
All right.
And then 1501 West Broadway.
All right. Okay.
The greet and meet will be at 1501 Broadway tomorrow, starting at 11 o'clock. Come out, meet some new people.
All right.
Have some fun. Get a little education about the opiate epidemic, because this is something crucial in our community.
I'm gonna just say this: when I got shot, the first thing in ER they wanted to give me for pain, they didn't even assess my pain level. The first thing they offered to give me for pain was fentanyl. I've never had anything stronger than Tylenol 3. I couldn't even take Vicodin. I couldn't take Vicodin. They tried a long time ago Percocet. It was another one they tried. Then they sent me home with oxycodone. I don't take those.
Well, they must have gave it to you. You must have some hell of pain.
And they didn't know. I actually, they did the first round. And then she came back and I said, hey, I said, I'm okay. I'm talking. I'm moving. I said, no. I don't want that. I don't need that.
Yeah, we lost a lot of people in our community through this. What's it called?
Fentanyl.
Yeah, fentanyl. Fentanyl. Well, can you tell people what fentanyl is?
Fentanyl is a.
So if you out there using that, stop it.
It's an elephant tranquilizer. It's a deadly drug.
Yes.
I'm talking about a little microdot can kill you.
Wow.
And they're putting it in everything now.
Yep.
Right? Most people who are addicted to opiates would rather have fentanyl, which is insane. Right.
Really?
Yeah. So it's become an epidemic.
Wow.
Now, since it reached the other neighborhood.
Right.
However,
Yep.
it's always
It's
been
all-
an epidemic
yes,
in our community. right?
exactly.
And that's one of the things that we're advocating for because now that it didn't reach the Caucasians, it's an epidemic, and all the funding for treatment and these different types of medications to assist these people are being given to them.
Yeah.
And when this has always been an epidemic in our community,
Yes.
right? So that's one of the
Yes.
disparities, and the systemic racism that we face daily. Trying to get what's wrong with it? What we want we don't want to
Yep.
be
Yes.
excluded in,
Yes.
right? We want our part, right?
And I noticed too, because I've experienced that with family members, trying to get into a facility to get some help was like, it took so much. I mean, the process. If you got a person that is really, that's out there and struggling and they want to get help, but they're constantly told, well, you got to wait this many days and you got to wait for that. And they don't have that.
Exactly.
They do not have that to wait. That time frame, a 30 or 45 minute, a 30 or 45 day wait is life or death.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what we face in our community. We either face them not being able to wait and get the assistance and end up dead from overdose or in prison for doing something they felt they had to do. And it's hard. So to have some place where they can be met right where they are, no matter where they are in their struggle, is crucial to be able to have that person. They may walk in the door and just one person they connect to automatically. Oh, I can talk to this person. I feel like I can. Yeah. So that's important. So we applaud you for being there and definitely for Mark for having the foresight to switch it up a little bit and dial it back to where we actually are.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. I tell you, I got me a good partner, Gloria. Break it down to you. Okay. she break it down to you. I'm kind of one that's just to go, just to jump right in it. But Gloria want to break it down to you.
Yeah, I want everybody to understand.
Yep.
Hey, we got this is what this is all about. This is our round table right now.
About about conversation with people that's in our community.
That's right.
Community. So we have then also too, I got my sweet auntie sitting over there. Her name is Patrice and Brother Love, all the way from Arizona, came up here to be with me, and I tell you, and she got a program called The Difference Maker.
Okay.
The Difference Maker. So we ain't gonna let her talk because y'all thought I talked, but she gonna just get up and come behind me, and she gonna wave at y'all and tell everybody who she is. Come on, Miss Patrice. We gonna give her applause while she can come on. She can just okay. Here she come. We gonna all right. There she come. Here she come. Okay, here she come. Okay, she coming again. Her name is Miss Patrice Love, and she used to live up here in Minnesota. And her and Brother Love had their own television show, which is called the Difference Maker. So she'll come right behind me, and she just gonna say hello to y'all. I wouldn't dare leave this show without having a guest in the house, without them saying anything.
That's right.
I don't want them sitting on the couch looking at me all, like have something to say. So come on, have something to say, Miss Patrice.
Greetings in the name of love. And my name is Patrice Maria Love. And my TV show is The Sword of Spirit, International Deliverance Ministries, Turn and Burn. Moving forward with the Difference Makers. You can also hook me up on the Facebook. And I had my TV show, Sword of Spirit, Turn and Burn, since 1996. Started in Minneapolis at the MTN, also in St. Paul. I did 2 years down in Dallas, Texas. Okay. I had the radio show KNOF for
right.
4 years.
4 years.
And K-Sky Radio.
All right.
So thank you very much.
Okay.
Right.
All
Well,
right.
thank you.
Thank you so much. All right.
Right.
That big applause. Okay.
That's season right there. That's experience,
yep.
season, wisdom.
Oh, yes, it is.
Hey.
Yes, it is. Well, Gloria, I tell you, it has been a great show, and I have it.
It has, but we're not through. We got one more thing, remember?
Well, we ain't through yet.
Okay. What we're going to do.
All right.
For all of you listeners out there, okay, our community fam.
Okay.
Okay. We want to give away something special in the month of December.
All right.
So for all of you who watch us, comment and all that, let us know because we're going to announce something next week
Okay.
for giveaways in December.
All right.
So watch us, be prepared, get yourself ready, and win you something good.
All right. That's right. That's right. And if you want to be a sponsor, of Community News, which you can use, reach out to me or Gloria. It's on our webpage. We would love to have you or give a donation to keep us moving forward. You know, it costs money when we in the studio. We got a producer back there, and they keep these lights on, these cameras, and these guests is in here too. So we're gonna have our guests. Gloria gonna announce the coat drive again. Backtrack our announcements, and then we're gonna hear from the last from our guests.
That's right. Again, we have a coat drive. We'll be collecting coats through the end of November. And we plan to go out into the community and give those out the first week of December. That's when we'll also announce what some of our gifts will be for the month of December.
All right.
The drop-off location is Shiloh Temple International Ministries, 1201 West Broadway. Again, if you need to reach out to us, you can check us out at our Facebook page, Community News with John and Gloria. You can give us a call at 612-470-4978 or 763-614-0414. And our email is communitynews.mn@gmail.com.
That's right. So if you guys can help us out with actually coats and things like that, and we're gonna reach out to other organizations too and ask them to partner with us so we can make this real big. And I think I hear our theme song. Do you hear it? And we're gonna have
there it go.
all right. We're gonna have Mr.
There it
Como. We're gonna have
go.
Mr. Como, I guess, to close us out and tell us again about the event he's having tomorrow.
Meet and greet. 1501 West Broadway. Come on out, have some fun, learn a little bit about the opioid crisis, save some lives.
All right,
All
you heard
right,
him.
thank you.
Well, we had a great show tonight, Gloria.
Yes, we did.
I
And we
tell
want to
you-
give a big thanks to the Twin Cities Recovery Project.
That's right. We
Thank
him.
you.
Thank him for sending out a representative to represent the organization.
There you go.
Well, we had a chilly day today, and stay warm.
Grab your coats and umbrellas tomorrow.
All right, until we meet again next Tuesday. This is Community You Can News. Well, I'm John Martin.
And Gloria Howard.
Look to see you then. Don't remember, Community News, where we both can what? Use. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everybody.
Good night.